Prime Minister is also en route and he will be arriving there on spot in a short while from now. But let me also read out the latest that we have picked up from the NDRF as well. They have said that the 7 teams have been deployed, 81 bodies have been recovered. Now, the National Disaster Response Force has increased the number of teams attending to the emergency situation in Ahmedabad to 7 after the crash. NDRF Inspector Vinay Kumar said that the force has recovered 81 bodies so far and has deployed 7 teams to help with the emergency situation. Let me quote him as well that the operation is yet not complete. It is going on. We have 81 bodies so far. We can't say anything about the total numbers of the death as of now. 7 teams of NDRF has been deployed. This is the statement that has come in from Vinay Kumar. We will continue to track all the details. We have a reporter there on ground. Nivriti got us the latest information, of course. But Wing Commander Sahai, let me come back to you, sir. Sorry for interrupting you earlier. We had the latest information coming in from the NDRF. In fact, on the right side of our screen, if you can clearly see, we are bringing you the visuals from outside the former Chief Minister of Gujarat, Vijay Rupani's residence. Unfortunately, he also lost his life. He was on board that flight from Ahmedabad to London, and that, of course, we know has crashed, and ex-Chief Minister also lost his life. Wing Commander Sahai, please continue with the point that you were making, sir, with regards to the Dreamliners.
Yes, Sakshi, I was telling that the short video which is available in the media now, when looking at it minutely, carefully, there are a few points which I would like to mention. It doesn't seem to be a case of border strike because during border strike, a flame can be seen, a smoke can be seen from the engine, a short burst at least. That is not visible in the period of the video, because some parts of the period might have been missed in the video, for which we cannot be very sure. But it seems that it is probably not the case of, birds, a flock of birds ingestion in the engine, number one. Number two, in this short video, it is clearly, we can see that the flaps and the slats, on the wings, backside of the wings, there are flaps which are lowered, extended backwards and lowered, slats and flaps. The purpose of it is this, that, it gives pressure to the aircraft from bottom for a lift. So that is not visible. So the aircraft is not looking like in the takeoff mode. Its its frame is not in that mode, in the takeoff mode. In fact, if you see the last portions of the video when it is going to the ground, the aircraft is exactly looking like it is going in a landing mode. The gears are down, and and gears are down is also another surprising thing, because immediately after the takeoff, the pilot retracts the undercarriage, which is not there in this case. So there could be two reasons for this undercarriage position. One is that the total control was lost by the pilot. There must be some serious fault in the electronics and hydraulics, both. The control was not there, and whatever pilot was doing, the pilot was not able to retract the undercarriage, number one. Number two, this could also explain why the slats and the flaps are not extended. And the aircraft was obviously, because of this, was not getting the adequate lift, and it is sinking. It is going down. So in my opinion, by this video, I can just have a guess that probably there is a serious problem. It seems there is a serious problem with the electronics and the hydraulics and the computer system of control. So this is what I can tell you right now. And Sakshi, I would also like to tell, because I'm associated with aviation for a pretty long time. In these kinds of crashes, it's very difficult to recognize the bodies and collect the bodies, because the aircraft at the time of takeoff is full of fuel. And when the aircraft crashes in the takeoff leg, the entire fuel gets burned in one fireball. That is why you see that red big fireball. And in this situation, because of the impact and fireball, the human bodies are, blown off, short of, and it's very difficult to recognize the body pieces and how to collect it. I can understand and the pain of the people who would be there to collect and try to recognize the bodies. In fact, I just heard that every relative of the passenger has been asked to give the DNA test so that we can recognize the bodies, because by body pieces you cannot recognize, At times you just get some flesh pieces here and there. It's very tragic, post crash site is very tragic site. I have seen those sites in the aviation, in the Indian Air Force also. So the remains, it's very difficult to collect the remains, very difficult. And that is why you will find that these people on the ground are not able to clearly say that how many people have died, because unless they collect the remains of the bodies and they identify, it's very difficult to say that how many people perished, and how to recognize and how to segregate the bodies. Sakshi, it's a very tragic incident, and there is some serious malfunction in the aircraft, and the pilot is not able to have a control on the aircraft. That's all I can say right now, Sakshi.
Wing Commander Sai, thank you so much for joining us for the chat here and sharing your expertise with us. Let me go back to my reporter currently joining us straight from Ahmedabad. Nivriti, we have been hearing about Prime Minister Modi arriving at the spot in a short while from now. What's the update?
Yes, Prime Minister Modi is supposed to arrive at the spot, and the time that was being discussed was at around 8:30 a.m. But it's going to be 8:30 now, and let us see what time he arrives. But he is expected to arrive at the location, the site where the plane crashed, and after that he will be visiting the hospital also, where he may visit the people who are injured and also one of the survivors here, and then he may also talk to the investigative agencies who will be conducting an investigation. He will be talking to NDRF people. He will be talking to all the security agencies deployed here and he will be taking a stock of the entire rescue operation that is going on right now. As you rightly said, that more than 80 bodies have been recovered as of now, but there are chances of, because only 80 bodies have been recovered out of all the casualties that have happened. So we could see the NDRF teams with stretchers and sniffer dogs going inside in the morning at around 7 a.m. and which indicates that they are looking at finding out and searching for more bodies who are missing. The people who are missing right now after the accident, they may be people who were there inside the plane, the passengers of the plane, and also the people who were there inside this particular building. So they are looking for the bodies, the remains of the people who died in this unfortunate incident, and after the bodies are recovered, there will be a process of carrying out DNA tests on those bodies.
Right.